So, what have you prepared for today?
I've done all I practiced the vivaldi and all the. I've been trying to do a little bit of all the pieces, and that's the Greek,
Yeah.
and that's the Mozart. I need a whole bunch of this.
Right.
And that's the Vivaldi, and I need to ask about one piece because I found better music for it. So should I just this piece? I forget what it's called.
Vivaldi B minor concerto. Yeah.
So I found better music for it, but I don't know if I can use it. I found that. Or should I just keep using this? Because they use like
Well,
the
as long as
F.
they as long as they are completely consistent, because I've marked some bowings and stuff. So if you transfer all of that, so it's a little bit difficult to read, but it's basically the same thing. And it's a good exercise because you're not always going to be playing from parts that look like this. So the handwritten ones. Did you get this from my MSLP?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know.
Just is good. So let's try from here though, because this has the markings. And this is the orchestral stuff. So now let's go in order.
Okay.
So your concerto is the most important thing at this point. And we're doing just the first movement, right? So did you print out the marked part that I sent? Because I sent to your mom something with a few more things in it. So now, because the note grouping works like this, this is always what we're going to do. Now, what do you remember from when we played this like 9 months ago? Do you remember anything?
Sort
of. What do you know about Vivaldi? What was his style of playing?
I don't really know.
Was it mousy and small or bigger than life?
Sort of bigger.
Bigger than life, big time. So you need to do that. So since you're the solo section, just obligato, that's what it means in this case. You want to lead. There are two of you. The parts are very equal, as we know on this. So let's see. From the top, yes. Fourth finger. So this is much more vigorous with much. Now I'm showing you something with the bow. You're staring at my left hand. Can you pick up on what I showed you with the bow? Try again. One more. So, what is the bow speed pattern for the Stella? Sort of fast. That's a very vague thing that you're saying. What's the bow speed pattern for notes that need to have energy in them? No, it's not sort of. It's a very definitive thing. fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow on each bow. That's better. And so it's just a natural scale. Can you make sure that it comes down the scale really in tune? Your third fingers are not in tune with your open strings. So from which finger are you measuring the third finger? And just a trick question I'm asking you. Mm-hmm. We always measure fingers from some other finger, otherwise we're playing a guessing game on the fingerboard. You measure the rest of the fingers from the third finger, which means the third finger has to be in tune, Ella. It's a ringtone. Did you forget everything that we've worked on for the last 9 months? These notes have to be in tune. They're ringtones, Ella. You know that. Get them in tune. Yeah. One more time. Not. The D is still not in tune. It has to be right in the center. It's still not in tune. It's like a scent low, and it's a ringtone that has to ring. Can you test it, please? Can you test it a few times? You need to condition yourself to recognize that sonority and to make it in tune each and every time. Play your open D one more time. Higher. Your third finger is landing just a tad lower, Ella. It's like a split millimeter. Now it's a quarter of a tad high. So it has to be right in the middle. On those notes, we have no choice. They have to be absolutely in tune and they have to ring. Keep going. Yes, so that's your scale. Now, what's the key of the piece? C major? Is there anything major about it?
A minor?
Yes, just A minor. So the scale that you just played is the tonic scale of this thing. This is the key in which you're playing. So if that scale is out of tune, you have no business playing the piece, less being the soloist of it. So it has to be in tune. The performance is a week from yesterday of this movement, so it has to be cleaned up. I'm sorry, there's just no option for this. Now, Can I hear you with good bow strokes on this and with a little bit more excitement, please?
That was low.
Keep going now. That was in tune. Yes, and now much more bow on the eighth notes. On this. With much more energy. Don't underplay the 16ths, just pull much more bow on the eighth notes. Ella, I'm showing you, and you're doing. So can you please imitate what I'm showing you? This piece has to be played with so much fire, and right now it's like frozen. You need to add fire to this. Don't underplay the 16ths because it becomes a caricature, a musical caricature. So the intensity of the 16ths have to propel you to use that much bow on the 8ths. Why are you playing so small, the 16ths? Can you get them with good détaché? They're quick, but you need to have good détaché on them. Don't get so frozen on the 16ths. They need to move. So they start on a down bow. Yes. The part begins on a down bow. So this is the unit. Can I hear you play the unit? No, but you're playing. You need to use much broader bow, but more velocity, and just index finger get into the string. Yes. So. Yes, and now Now, what's the bow speed pattern for the 8th notes?
Fast.
Is the same thing as the quarter notes, fast, slow. So it's not just fast. Don't underplay the 16ths now. So, one more time. Now, do you hear that there's a little bit of daylight between the 8th and the 16th? Not between the 16th and the 8th, between the 8th and the 16th. So, do you hear that?
Not really.
That's what I'm playing for you. Right. That's better. Now, do you understand what I'm talking about with the daylight? Now, can you do it one more time without underplaying the 16ths? So all of them have to have direction. That's better. And now, let's go on. but why? Dum, ba, ba, bum. So again, velocity on the 16th notes. Again, marcato. So there's no. So the bow speed pattern in those 8 notes, think of them as marcato notes. Yeah, and now here, just the end, the end of the phrase, the cadence. Can you play it in a more sensitive way? Yeah, and now I want you to print out the part that I sent to your mom a few weeks ago, because I want you to follow the fingerings and the markings. So we don't want this G sharp to be flat. Again, musically, what you're playing doesn't make musical sense because just the volume of the notes doesn't follow good logic. It follows your comfort with whatever tightness you're playing, but it needs to have musical logic. Try it. Yeah, listen again. Again, you have to group it off this note. So that's the unit. Actually, the unit. That's the unit. And then this is just a little bridge into the next phrase. It's an extension there. So, you understand the music? So can you play that? You need to put a space here. Yes, that's the idea. Now, can we from here? So not so clipped. Good. Yeah, it's taking you. It takes you like 3 notes to establish good coordination and good bow stroke in the bow. Can it be right away? So after the pickup. So right away. So that's the gesture for this. So we need to have a bigger bird's eye on this measure. Okay, now can we do it in a much more natural fashion? So we don't need to underplay the start of it. We need to intensify the musical emotion as we go through it. And there's no need to go to third position for this. So just stay in first position. because the timing of this is messing you up a little bit. So it's okay to play one note on the E string, especially because it's toward the top of the dynamic arch. So one more time. So those eighth notes. So each eighth note, unless it's a very special case, is going to have fast, slow bow speed pattern. It starts with more contact, and at the end of this, it's like you hold the bow in piano. You already figured that out. You're doing it correctly. I'm just analyzing and spelling it out to you in case you're blundering somewhere and you don't know what to do. So. So do you see what the hair is doing? It starts with pretty good contact, and then at the end of the note, I'm actually holding the bow in piano, and there's not much contact, but the bow is still on the string. So. Yeah, try that. So how are we going to make the dynamic arch? We broaden the bow stroke until we get into the long note. So. Ella, try. So on each note you will be using more and more bow. Yes, and then less and less. Exactly, and now. Less. Yeah, the problem is it's getting too loud too soon. Remember that these crescendos, they are always of the flared type. So it's the end of it. Out of tune. Sorry, but I must say it. It's out of tune, so get it to ring. Now, a question for you. On which bows do you play the D when we start the sequence there? And Ella, also your face expresses so much kind of resistance to what we're doing here. We're doing very important work. Please just go with me on this, okay? So on what bows do we play the Ds? They're all down bows. Now, on what bows do we play the E's? Right. Now, how do we make the E? We drop a finger. So the dropping of the finger is with what bows then? And the lifting of the finger is with the down bows. So can you make sure that when you start this coordination with the down and the drops on the ups is what drives you through this passage while you broaden the bow for each one of those. Yes. What? Out of tune there. So just drop the finger right into. Yes. Out of tune. The scale is again. The D and the E are out of tune. Yes. Can we do that one more time, a little bit quicker? But out of tune. Yes. So you have have to broaden you have to broaden the spaces right here. Just a little bit more so your finger still comes with the same arch, but with comfort and it's in tune. More, less, least. Dum, bum, 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 on this. Yeah, and that last note, should it be loud or not loud? What do you think?
No.
Yeah, because dum, bum, 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 it finishes that gesture. Yes, and just keep the enthusiasm for the left hand. So for the right hand. So just think that I'm telling you with fast, slow, bow strokes. It has to apply even as you get smaller and smaller on that. Can you do that one more time? Can you try in that speed? Okay, that's better. Just one thing. If you hear that it gets scrubby like this on this, what can you do to avoid that? Do you like that sound first of all? It bothers me tremendously when I hear somebody play like this and when I hear myself coming with sound like that. So what's the problem with this?
Too close to the finger board.
Yeah. So scrubby is not a good word to describe what we're doing. So you need bow velocity for this kind of thing. So can we try that? So you're saying, but you're asking me so many impossible things to do. No, they're all possible. You need to find the right weight of the bow when the sequence begins. So it doesn't sound scrubby, and you can do the crescendo at the same time. Yes, and just again with plenty of bow. Yes, that's the idea. Can we think? So can we try just the bow stroke for the eighth note? So step. So you need to start with enough contact, and then the end of the stroke is with kind of holding the bow in piano, still contact, but just in piano. So and then. Yeah, you don't have to have a strong k at the beginning of each note. Yeah, so the index finger really has to be an athlete there's quite a lot for it to do in this. Yes. Yes, so. Yes. That's it. And now. Eighth note. Just let's not throw them away. So again, velocity on them. So with the index finger, the right, yeah. So they're not suddenly like this, but so they belong to the same root. Yes. Then you hold your long D, right? Now let's go on. Now I'm going to play the first violin part for this. Do you mind if we start from there? Yes. Okay, so Ella, now let's oh yeah. It's
I can start on there.
sorry. I'm because I'm looking at both parts and I'm just getting confused here. You know what? Can you try staying in the first position on this? This will be a very good exercise for having for developing trill with the fourth finger. So let's see how. Yes. So it's not going to be a long trill. So it's from above. So too many. Yes. Yeah. So let's do an open A on the second one. So so do you know what it's called when this note? Do you see how this note finishes the phrase, but it's also the beginning of the next phrase? Do you know what this is called? Elision. It's a very good word to know for musical syntax. So so not too clipped. Again, musical. So what happens at the ends with the bow strokes on the 8 notes? We just went over that.
Yeah, but they get really
The piano stuff. So it's the same thing. Now, what is the bow speed pattern for these 8s, dotted 8s? Fast, slow. So during the slow part, that's when the bow and this thing relaxes in the hand. So it does. So it doesn't sound like beginning Suzuki School, right? So yes, and now on this note, same thing needs to. There has to be a little bit of daylight between this and the next. Now we don't want it clipped. We just want clear musical syntax. Yeah, and now can you just so more velocity rather than yes. So, can you just a little bit because this is your solo passage. For the first time, they're going to hear you and Sarah play in duet here for this. So you don't because that's very elementary. So good. Now on this it would be nicer for them to be a little bit more active. Try them slightly lower on the bow, so there's a little bit of lift on the. So. Not so pecky. Just look, Ella, look and copy. Okay, now let's do this solo one more time. Good, and then we're safely into the tutti. So let's again have a little bit more musical syntax. So this one we will bring down. So this is the unit. This is our phrase, and then we have a consequent in that because it's with the contrasting material. You see that? Now let's play together this one. Oh, let me just find it in the score here. Yes. Yeah, with the first one, so there will be always a little bit of day. Yes, can you mark it for yourself? See, we've got 2 pencils here. You keep the good one and you put on your own markings. It's part of growing up and doing your own markings as we go along. So you pick up as many things as you can and you as many as you can. And you can I would fall asleep during if I have to watch this kind of thing. You have to this is play and sounds very clipped. Do you hear the clips? Do you know what I mean by clips?
It's sort of
So can we how can we undo that? Actually, we just have to add something to what you're doing because having the clear articulation is a good thing. But why does it sound so pecky and so
because
clipped?
I do that and then I get so quiet, so I have to keep.
So you need to keep more velocity in the bow. So don't go to a dead stop on the notes. You need to get this going. Now, since you play the melody on this one, you have to sound really good because the spotlight is on you. So can we start from there? So start on an open string on this one. Yes, nice and open sound. And now this is soloistic piano. So I would actually think mezzo forte to a forte on this. It needs to come out. Didn't we change that? No, this is from when we did it in the fall. That's why you need the new part because there are some changes in there. So yes, yeah. Don't clip down. So don't stop the bow. So there's still daylight things. So just legato. Legato. The open string. Open. So you need to print out the part and you need to transfer the things from today. So try one more time. So this one, it's always a slurred sigh.
Also,
Okay?
do you want me to do you want me to always use the open string?
Yes, stay in position here for this one.
Okay. But do I always use the open string or no?
Sometimes you shouldn't, but in this case you should. So for this one you will play warmer fourth finger. Now just this is a unit. Do you see how it's the phrase starts from the pickup? So sing. Just. But I want to hear you with punctuation. Do you understand? This is the unit. Yes, and you can take micro breaths because it's a new gesture, it's a new phraselet there. It doesn't have to be big heavy breath that actually puts big space in there, but yeah, like that. You want to try singing it that way? Yeah? Yes. And then the bigger breath, yes, because it's not 8. Good, that's great. Now let's do it with the bow. Good, that was so much better. That was so much better. Open. So that's always the thing. Now, can you allow yourself to be even more expressive with these ideas? Just play the music. Yes. Okay, now did you hear the scrubbiness?
Yeah, I was scrubbing.
Yeah,
So do I have to use more?
Yeah, you just have to use more velocity. I love this word velocity.
Yeah.
It just frees you up right away. So see if you can do that. Okay, now we have some intonation. It's very slight, but it's not quite in tune. And then we have. Are you trying to play it exactly rhythmic? Are you trying to be like a machine playing through this?
Really? That'd probably sound like it.
It sounds like it, yeah. Now, first of all, let's ignore the pianissimo here on this because again, it's soloistic. So all of those soloistic dynamics, they are forte and fortissimo. So. So which one did you like better? The first or the second? Oh, you did the second? You have to make a choice. Because we have to shape it somehow. And the only wrong answer to this is going flatline. not doing anything. That's the wrong thing. Now, the first one was when I was using showing the starting notes of the sequence. Yes, the second one was when I was making the swells toward the high note. So which one do you think?
Probably the first one, because it like lets the like sort of melody of the scale.
Yeah, to my aesthetic sense, the first one appeals much more than the second
it's sort
one.
of just like a dun, dun,
Yeah, because you can hear the structure, right? The idea how it's built. Now, do you hear how all of the notes kind of recede from the first note? Hear that? So we don't want to make it so apparent. But you might want to practice it once like that, just so you get the sense of it's okay to lean on that first note. And then the rest of them, they kind of, emerge around that note. So it's not it's not one zero. Yeah, let's do it with the singing first note. Sing.
So you want me to like overdo it?
Yes, overdo it. Practice like that. But your singing is kind of I don't care about this note. So let's not play the pickup because that will screw us up. But so sustain through the duration of the entire note. Yeah, play with me. You can a little bit on it. So really sing and sustain through the duration of that note. Da, 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 and then we will be in tempo right away. One more time. So you need to recover the tempo quicker. Right, and now with the same feel but in time. It's a little bit too much, and let's not do the swell inside just because then we're trying to combine the two ideas, and I don't think that it works very well. Yeah, so there's no crescendo. So all of the notes kind of emerge from that first note, and then they just trickle out of it. That's the idea. It just has to feel a little bit more natural. With me? Yeah. So what's the bow speed pattern for the note that we're bringing out?
Sort of fast, slow.
It's slow. This one is slow and deep in the string, and because we kind of spend a little bit more time on it, we will end up spending quite a bit of bow on it. But the feel that you need to have is for lots of resistance and kind of slow, heavy bow on it. So could we try that? No, just you. Slow. One more time. So, in other words, we don't want this kind of accent. It's a melodic emphasis on that first note. Yes, that's right. that's the idea. Now, how about we play that together? So I'm going to accompany you from your solo.
So from the
Da, 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 da. Yeah, when you have the melody. But it's so with the right articulations. And then the first part it takes let's do it one more time. It's getting there, but let's do it one more time. Brava, that was really good. Now, can we go? So you know how to count your entrance in the tutti. So you have to come with all the joy in the world in that. So I'll take it from measure 36, okay? And you come in 37. So. Again, be careful not to get scrubby.
Would it like stop on the F or no? Would it be like would this be a group and that be a group? And
look, it's always after. So it needs to finish. You can it doesn't make sense to stop there. And this one is one of those micro breaths that we were doing in wherever that previous spot was before. Yes. Okay. Now.
With the with the. Would that be like sort of micardo stuff?
Yes, it's still the eighth notes are always with the slow, fast. Fast, slow, fast, slow. But they're not marcato like that. They're not martelé. You don't want to do them with but it's again velocity. Where are we? So can you start there? And let me see. Do we play? Yeah, open string on this. You already okay. So let's. Yeah, but so this one, after the tutti have played, now if you go. It will sound like a tiny little girl playing with a tiny mousy sound. You want to just don't play it small. Just sorry. Yes. Yeah. Space. Yeah, and careful. I'm hearing too much of the scrubbing. So. Give it more velocity. Space. Bump. Open okay. Here. Yeah. Avoid some.
How do I make it like cleaner?
So first of all, we will do this. Now I'm still not particularly happy with the So the eighths, even if they're pickups, they always has to be a little bit of a daylight. Yes. So which here for the room sounds very good. In the hall, it will disappear. So you need velocity. So just get not faster. You need to use more bow. Yes. Right. So. Again, on which bows do you drop the finger? So we will do as it comes. So the drop is on the down, the lift is on the up. So the high string was on the down bow. That's how we will make it clean. So let's do it under tempo. Can the D finger be in tune right away? It changes each and every time you need to hit the same spot. Yes. So keep the finger there. Right, so you have to shape that. Here we're playing harmonies, right? So you kind of trade water, and then you have this melodic line which you want to bring out in a more expressive way. Let's start from here on this, and you know that here with these, the first and the second violin are trading scales. Can we start from measure 42? Yes. Got it? So do you hear what the idea is? So there's this cascade. It's like a waterfall of these descending scales. So each one has to start strong, and it's almost like listen to me. This is a challenge to what is already going, and or you're adding your stream to that. So let's try one more time. Did we say 42?
Yeah.
Okay. So again, you need to use this. Do you feel the? So it needs to initiate from somewhere. Yeah, ba 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 ba, and then you keep it going. Dom bom bom. So with daylight. Basically, if you see an eighth note, that's how you play it. More bow. Okay, now the trick here is the on the high notes you can use more bow than on the low notes, right? We know that. The beginning of back press to you, don't play. Right, because it doesn't work. The physics for the low notes is with less bow. So how do we compensate so we don't lose the sound on the descending scales? We put more pressure. So less bow but more pressure. Start more bow, start broad. So the first. So on the first three notes on the A string, even the first chord. Now let's bow on the G string. And the open string, please. Right. And then more or less. Not so much less, but yes. Now, how do we make the second note in the left hand? The G? What needs to happen? No, intonation was okay. You need to lift your fourth finger. And you need to lift it together with the up bow. So that's your coordination for that. Yes, so. I still hear. Yes. Yeah, but then sound. Yeah, think crescendoing down with pressure. So start broad and then. Yes, that's. Whoa. On which bow do we change note? It's always the up bow. So that will give you the coordination. See if an open string is going to be a better solution. So extend the pinky. But that is better pitch. So find your G sharp, and from there measure your C natural and figure out where your first finger needs to be for that. Yes. Open A, please. With lots of velocity in the bow. So this thing here needs to be much more active for this. Okay, the velocity is going to come from here, just opening and closing. So it's like big brushing movement, not it needs to be big. Whoa, that's one big mess. Luckily it's in the tutti passage, but still you need to clean this up. Do it slowly, Ella. So now the up bow is a pickup. Think you do. High F sharp if you don't mind with the third finger. That one needs to be higher. Yes. Going on. Measure it from the second finger. So there will be a little gap between them. Open. And then Ella, let's do it one more time slowly. And as you do it slowly, give an account for each up bow on what string you're playing it. A string, E string, A string, G string, A string. Yeah, and the F sharp is too flat. Right, and now in forte, actually fortissimo. And going on. Up. Yeah, and again, let's not clip things. Just needs to have more freedom. So now, so this will be kind of in the middle. Yeah, and yes. So can you do just the scale? So it starts off the beat on an up bow. Just that part. Yeah, but it sounds very undistinguished. So a little bit more velocity, heavier bow. Yes, that's the idea. And now let's take from measure 50. So you have to be able instantly to switch gears. So wherever you are, that up bow might take you a little bit lower on the bow. That's too much. But the tone production has to change. Yes, and now let's go on. And again, you're playing very clipped. And remember, you're the soloist. You have to play, with the tutti group, but you have to lead. And if you're just playing with small bows and clipped and all that, they all fall like that. So up, up, down, up. Yeah, just do your best to. Now, this is out of tune. Higher B, higher C sharp. Yes. Yes. Lower F. Right. Higher B. Higher B. Lower G. Yes. So you have to clean that up. Lower G. Higher B. Yeah, Ella, so you're so consistent with these notes being out of tune. You might want to put arrows on them. And the F is also, it was too high. So you need to play a little bit higher on the A string, slightly lower on. The G is still too high. Yes. So spend some time cleaning, going on. Understand.
Before I did slurs, did I not do slurs?
Slurs. What's the?
The...
Oh no. Oh, these are again. And now, how do we play the eighth notes pickups in this style? Is there space or is there no space?
There is. Yes.
Can you please add that? And right. Yes, I'm hearing yum da 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 dum da 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 yum ba da da. Do you hear that? This is the gesture. No, you're still playing. So yes, exactly. Right. Yes, and then we got that tutti bit. So, okay, now how about we do that with the first pattern, because I need to hear how.
Sorry, do I start from the beginning?
So I'll give you one bar in. I'll start on 55 because. Sorry, I didn't know if you were ready to play because you just jumped in the last second. So, 3, 4. Yeah, a little bit longer on the final eighth note. It's a little bit too clipped. So now you have the last word with that one, so don't underplay that. Yes. Now can we just one more time and just be as expressive and as beautiful as you can. But it's very.
That's too short.
It's very clear. So you're yes, yeah. sorry, I just ran out of pages. So now it's maybe a little bit with the so still with the same idea, but a little bit more. Yes, that's it. Just a more lyrical approach to the same idea. So I'll start in measure 71. Did you lose me there? So 3, 4. Yeah, and the Ella, it slows down a little bit. I think you're down, da, 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 down. You're sniffing for each one, and that slows you down. Can be right in time? So anticipate a little bit. Same place. 3, 4. I can barely hear you, and it's just me playing here on this. Which part do you think is the important part in this exchange? Is it the busy one or is it the melodic one? So you need to play again with more bow, bigger than life. Are you thinking piano or are you thinking solistic piano? You will think solistic piano just then. Okay? So more bow. Note. I know it feels very strange because you think, oh gosh, what an odd ending. It actually sounds good. Last 2 bars. Right, and you can go to 3rd position if you wish. You got a good 4th finger, you can do that there. Okay, so the only thing that is still kind of murky is this so longer on the final 8th. Do it one more time.
Which one? The second one?
I don't care. They're the same. So just take one. Oh, but is that the solistic piano? So again. So again, more velocity on the 16th notes. Remember, you will get the velocity from this broad brushing motion here. Yeah, and now, Ella, just so there's a lot of velocity on the 16th, but you need to have a point of departure. This I know that it consists of 3 motions: down, up, down. But think about it as one motion that has those elements into it. So the first yararam, yararam. Whoa, but da 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 da. So the pickup needs to have a little bit of separation. time on the bow, you need to be right. Yeah, and the right. More. Now more. Yes, and each time it resets, because do you see how the sequence goes? It goes down and then it resets. You need to show that it's the same musical idea on a different note.
Okay.
So it's not a run-on sentence, right? So no. Yeah. So Ella, can I do it for you? Actually, I want your bow, your hand to be on the bow. Come in. Hi there. Give us a couple of minutes to finish, okay? I'll be with you. So, we will do it on an open string. So this is your pickup with the lightening of the bow, the piano, and then so it's. Do you feel that the yada dam yada? Yes. Da da da. Just so yada da. Just bit there. Yada da. Yes. The yum yada da. Yes. Yada da. Yes. Da da da. That was it. So for each and every one, yada dam. But Ellie, if you just da da dam. So you have to relax into the string with a deeper bow. Yes. Yes. Wait. So. Yes. So each and every time you have to give the same command to yourself for this little gesture. All right. So run with this. And for the chamber music, I'm not so worried because we have basically 5 days, or it's more like 4 days of intense rehearsing. But we will fix a lot of things there. But this one, you're the soloist, you will be on your own, so put a lot of work into it. All right, great.
Let's put that in a second.
Yeah, and please print out